Three, two, one. Hey everyone, welcome to Music Talks. I'm your host, Miss Sapphire here. I'm bringing to you the best BC music artists that our province has to offer. And here with us today, we have the lovely and very talented Tissa Rahim.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
You're very, very welcome, Tissa. Thank you so much for being on the show. We're all very excited to hear you perform in a little bit. But first off, tell us a little bit about your artistry, where you come from, what you stand for, what it represents, and how you inspire people.
That's a lovely question. So I am an R&B soul singer, but I also come from a family of Middle Eastern musicians. So ever since I was a child, I was sort of exposed to both Middle Eastern and Western music. And because of that influence, you can really hear that in my music now, just because my mom's a singer, my grandpa's a singer, and they both sing in Farsi. So that sort of influence has made its way into my sound as well.
Oh, amazing. So you come from a musical family. That's fantastic. Yeah. Persian music is absolutely just, I don't know, there's something very, very special about all genres, but there's something very special about traditional Persian music and the instrumentation that's used. And yeah, we're so very excited to hear the contemporary versions that you've come up with today.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. So now your song, Sunrise to Sunset, which I absolutely love the title, by the way. It just makes me feel like, you're on a vacation traveling. I haven't heard it yet, but hopefully we'll get to hear it later on the Spotify, I think it is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
all the platforms.
Oh, fantastic. Apple Music. Excellent. Excellent. Congratulations on the release and the success that it's had. Placing 15th in the top Canadian songwriters competition. That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, it was so awesome to be a part of that competition. Through Music BC, we were actually able to do the release, and we were able to work with some really amazing mentors. We worked with Danielle McTaggart from Dear Rouge and Ryan Worsley, who runs Echo Plant Studios. So it was really cool to be able to do that.
Oh, absolutely. That's fantastic. I love Dear Rouge. Oh my goodness. I should get them on the show, actually. Long time. So that must have been such an amazing opportunity for you, especially not just winning the competition, but to work with those well-renowned producers and such. That's very exciting.
Yeah, amazing. For sure.
See, now everyone, we have to check out her music because she's amazing. So Tissa, tell us a little bit about, the world has kind of come to a bit of a standstill, especially when it comes to live music. Tell us a little bit about how that affected your artistry as well as how you persevered through. I really love your story.
Thanks. So right around the time when we sort of were hearing about COVID and like the pandemic hadn't quite hit yet, at least in Canada, I was sort of working towards playing more and more shows and playing like bigger shows. And I just booked my first festival on Vancouver Island that I was going to play in the summer of 2020. But then the pandemic hit, and unfortunately for all of us musicians and artists, that meant that we had to put everything on hold when it came to live performing. So at the time, I just figured, well, what else can I do right now that's going to keep me active and creative and growing as an artist? And so I switched over to doing a ton more songwriting and collabing with people just over Zoom, like how we're talking right now, and just learning more music production. So I started to take some classes for that, and I actually just am now working on a first track that I'm producing for another artist, which is really exciting, and learning more about mixing and mastering and all that stuff. And now that shows are kind of open again, or starting to be open, I noticed that a lot of the connections that I made during the pandemic, just online and going to online meetups, things like that, as well as before, have I'm seeing that energy reflected back, because just like being able to be called on to do lots of live shows and stuff has been really amazing, and I don't take that for granted.
Absolutely fantastic, especially coming from an artist that lost 9 months worth of gigs. I'm so thrilled and really inspired by your story of how you've turned it around and utilized this downtime to expand upon all your many talents. And now you're producing for other artists. What in the world would have given you that chance? So, there's always good things to come from something as long as you apply for yourself and as long as you look for the avenues to make that happen. So yeah, good on you. You're welcome. Good on you for being proactive. That's excellent. Excellent. So without further ado, everyone, we are going to have Tissa Rahim perform for us live a beautiful song called Very First Time. Take it away, Tissa.
Thank you so much. Starting the guitar from the floor. I ain't never felt like this before. Getting down on a kitchen floor. Boy, you got me so intoxicated. Pick a time and you pick a place, yeah. I'll be there wrapped around your waist, oh, feeling so infatuated. Oh, you're the waves crashing on the beach, the light of the moon that doesn't sleep, and I wanna hold you endlessly. 'Cause it's you, baby, you. I've got you on my mind, and it feels like the very first time. You made me forget the stupid things, and what was left was yours and mine. Oh, it feels like the very first time. Oh, yes, it feels like the very first time. Hey, what you doing? If you'll be up late, you can pencil me in and I will touch base. You can tell me all about your day or not. Oh, we can slow it down, I wanna get to know ya. Been missing all of you and I wanna show ya. It doesn't have to be so complicated. Oh, you're the waves crashing on the beach, the light of the moon that doesn't sleep, and I wanna hold you endlessly. 'Cause it's you, baby, you. I've got you on my mind, and it feels like the very first time. You made me forget the stupid things, and what was left was yours and mine. Oh, it feels like the very first time. Oh, yes, it feels like the very first time. Oh, it's you, baby, you. I've got you on my mind, and it feels like the very first time. You made me forget the stupid things, and what was left was yours and mine. Oh, it feels like the very first time. Oh, it's you, baby, you. I've got you on my mind, and it feels like the very first time. You made me forget the stupid things, and what was left was yours and mine. Oh, it feels like the very first time. Oh, yes, it feels like the very first time. Oh, yes, it feels like the very first time.
Tissa Rahim, everyone. Sorry, not the very first time, very first time. Mm-hmm. Absolutely a beautiful story in there. And oh my goodness, your voice, how amazing. It goes so well with the electric guitar.
Thanks.
That's so cool. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for that beautiful performance. And what inspired you to write this song?
So the song actually came together with a co-write with my guitarist. He's sort of become my main, not just a performer, but also collaborator. We were just hanging out and he showed me this chorus that he had written when he was like 15, because he's this like crazy guitar prodigy. And I said, why don't we write around that? So we kind of came up with this story, like wrote about, it's kind of like a happy, like a happy love song. And then in the bridge, if you notice, I put in a Farsi verse. So I wrote a couple of lines in Farsi because I thought that would be an excellent spot to put them, and that's how it came together.
Excellent songwriting. I had to restrain myself. I was almost singing along with you at some point.
Oh,
It's a very, very catchy tune, you know,
I love that.
because it feels like the very first time. But, you know, I'll leave it to you.
That sounded great.
Oh, thanks. Oh, it's been such a long time, you know, without the live gigs going on. So thanks for that. I appreciate it. But thank you so much for sharing your music with us and with the world. It's so very inspiring. And we can't wait to have you back on the show again. Tissa Rahim, everybody, at Music Talks. Please feel free to follow us, or actually me, Miss Sapphire, where you can find all of the episodes for Music Talks. If you look up Miss Sapphire Official on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I always say this all in different orders each episode, so I have no idea what I'm missing out. TikTok, Twitter, and everything else that's out there. But please, please, please support BC music artists so we can, in the future, when it's safe and comfortable, to be able to perform live again. Thank you so much, Tissa Rahim, for performing on the show and having us host you. Please come back. We'd love to hear more from you.
Thank you so much for having me, and I'd love to come back.
You're most welcome. Thank you, Tissa. You're an absolute dream. Thank you.